Hello everyone. So today we are going to see custom settings with real-time scenarios. See the theories, we'll check so many examples here in this video so that you'll understand it in a much more clear way. First, we'll go with the definition. Custom settings are type of configuration data that allows you to create custom reusable set of static data that can be accessed from anywhere in your org. So this is a definition and definitions are never meant to be understood. But at a high level, what it means is like it is something which you can reuse in your org, right? So let's understand it in a more clear way with the help of an example. And also custom settings are similar to custom objects. So the analogy which we are going to use to understand it better is company-wide handbook. So there is a person who recently joins a company and it is his first day into the company and he asked the receptionist like, I don't know the rules of this company. Can you help me in understanding the rules and policies of the company? So quickly the receptionist pointed her finger to a room in the building and asked him to go and read all the company policies in that room because the policies are written on the walls of the room. You can see it, right? Room we can reuse. So every new employee that comes to the company, the receptionist will just point her finger to that room and all the employees will go to that room, read the policies and just went away. So in this way, receptionist does not have to individually tell all the employees what are the rules and policies of the company. She will just point her finger and the employee will go and read that policy. So that room is kind of a custom setting which we can reuse every time whenever we need to perform an action. So now the definition of the custom settings are kind of make more sense, right, than earlier what we read. So then the receptionist tells him, don't spend too much time there and start working ASAP. Sounds like a typical manager, right? Let's move ahead. There is a company XYZ. So I'm just giving you an example. We understood it with the help of an analogy. Now we'll understand it in terms of Salesforce, right? So there is a company XYZ and it leverages Salesforce to sell their products. And they have a special type of discounting offers, right? So they give 10% discount to hardware products and 15% discount to software product, right? So throughout the company, throughout the Salesforce org, whatever product they are selling, if it is a hardware, they will give 10% discount. If it is a software, they will give you 15% of discount. So let's say there is a complex Apex logic we have built and we want to use this, we want to know the discounts. So they can create a custom settings which they can reuse every time they are building logic and want to fetch that data in the Apex class, right? So you might be thinking, let's say, what if we will make a constant Apex class where we'll give 10% and 15% data and we can reuse that class again and again. Why we go for custom settings? So custom settings have several advantages. So we will understand it as we move ahead into this video. But as of now, just understand that custom settings, we are building it so that we can reuse these data again and again. As I already mentioned, custom settings, don't worry, we are going to make all of these in the Salesforce as well. But just to give you an high overview what it looks like so that it will be more clear to you when we start making it into the Salesforce, right? So as I mentioned, custom settings are like custom object. So when we create a custom object, we create the definition of it. So just like that, we need to create a definition of custom settings. So in this case, I have given the discount approval limit. That is the name of the custom setting, and it has the API name. You can see underscore underscore C. So it is just like custom object API name, right? Then when we create the custom object, what we create next? We create the custom fields onto that custom object. Just like that, we have to create custom field into custom settings. So here I have created one custom field, which is having the label as max discount, right? To store the discount that the company is given. Then what else? After we create the custom object, custom field, what we create a record of that object. So just like that, we can create a record of the custom settings. Once we created a custom setting definition, then custom setting field, and now we created a record. So every custom object has a name standard field, right? Just like that, custom setting also have the name standard field. So here I have created one record which is having name as hardware, and the max discount field which we created, I give the value as 10, right? For hardware, the discount is 10. For software, the discount is 15. So this does not looks like the regular list view page which we used to see in the Salesforce, but these two are the two records of the custom settings, right? Just like what the records we have for the custom object. Then the next question for you is how we are going to access this data into our logic. Let's say we are building an Apex class where we want to fetch this data. So how can we fetch that? So for fetching that, we can, just like custom object, we'll use the definition API name of it, we'll declare it, and we can use the get instance method here to fetch the value uh, of the record of custom setting, right? So in the get instance, don't worry, we are going to see what all method we need to know. Okay, so it will be more clear to you as we move ahead into the video. I'll make it very easy for you to understand. I'll point out all the important things that you need to remember, right? So get instance hardware. So it will give you all the values of the hardware record, right? And then we can just like custom settings, how we fetch it, dot the field name, right? So it will give you the max discount of the hardware record, right? So this is how we access this. Don't worry, we're going to see it in the example as well. So now what are types of custom settings? So we have two types of custom settings: list custom settings and hierarchy custom settings. Let's see each of them. List custom setting. These are type of custom settings that allow you to store and access data that is organization wide, which means it is accessible to all users. So this is the definition of it. So we'll understand it in more clear way. Okay, so before going ahead, it means that any data which any custom settings that we are creating, it can be accessed by any user, no matter what is the profile of that user. So it would be same for every user in the org, right? So for an example, the one which we saw earlier about this discounting system is okay. So the one example which we saw for the discounting system, like for hardware, it is 10%, 15% for software product. So this is kind of example of list custom settings, because no matter what kind of user you are, no matter what is your profile, the it is applicable to everyone. Like hardware products, you'll only get 10% discount no matter whatever profile you are in. So in these kind of scenarios, we can create the list custom settings, right? So let's go ahead into Salesforce and try to see that how we can build it. Okay, first go to setup. We are going to create the custom settings now and type in custom settings. We'll click on new and we'll give the name as discount approval limit. We'll give it the same name. So this is just like creating the custom settings, right? And it is asking if you're thinking to use list custom settings, because we are not creating hierarchy right now. We are creating the list custom settings. So it is mentioned. So the Salesforce is suggesting us that instead of creating list custom settings, you can create the custom metadata types, because the work what a list custom settings will be doing can be done using custom metadata types, right? So basically Salesforce is suggesting to use custom metadata types, which we'll see in the next video. But for this video, I'll create the list custom settings, and to activate it, we need to enable the list custom settings on the schema setting page in setup. So let's go to schema settings, and we need to create in manage list custom settings type. We need to click on here, right? And then again go to custom settings. Now you can able to select the list custom settings from there. Click on new again, discount approval limit, and we can select the list custom settings. I'll click on save. So now we created the custom settings definition, right? Now we'll create the custom field of this custom settings. I'll click on new again. So here we want to store the maximum discount. So I'll click on number data type. I'll go on to the next, and I'll name it as maxed discount, right? Okay, so now we have created the custom setting and the field. Now we have to create the record on this custom setting. So in Salesforce, normally you click on new in order to create any record of that object. But here on the custom settings, you need to click on manage in order to create the record of the custom settings. So I'll click on manage. I'll click on new then, and here you'll see the all the fields. So by default, they have a standard name field, right? So normally in custom object also we have the name standard field, and this max discount is what we have created. So name I'll give as software. For software we have 15% discount. So I'll click on software and 15 and save and new to create for hardware as well. Hardware we have 10% discount. Click on save. So now if you go back to list, and you can see these two data, right? So these are two records of the custom setting. First is hardware record, which has value as 10 in max discount, and other is software, right? And now once we created the hardware and software, now the next question is how we can access that in the Apex class, right? Because you want this logic to be used in Apex class, validation tool, or some formula field. So how to access that? So for that, we'll go to developer console, and we'll create a new class. I'll name it as Apex class tests. Okay, I have created a new class, right? So, okay. So the only thing, so people often get confused what all methods we have to keep in mind. So the only method that we need to keep in mind is get instance and get all. Only these two method you need to remember in order to fetch data from custom settings, list custom settings to be precise. So we'll use these two method here now. So first is get instance. So just like an object, we need to first define it. So if I go back into custom settings and open my custom settings, you'll see the API name, right? So this is the API name. So this is what I'll give it here. Okay, so we'll give the API name, we'll declare it discount approval, and now we want to fetch it. So in order to fetch it, use the API name of the custom setting again, dot get, what was that? Instance, right? Get instance. So when you use this get instance method, you need to pass the uh, uh, name of the record which you want to fetch, right? So if I go back here, I'll type get instance. Now we have to give the name, right? So we have seen that we have two records which we have created. If I go to manage, we'll see all the records. One is the hardware, one is the software. So what we are fetching, let's say we want to fetch the discount of hardware, right? So here we need to pass always the name value hardware, right? So once you have that, so it will give you the values of all the field present in this record, hardware record. So currently we have only one field which is max discount. So it will fetch all the details of the field as well. So if you do system.debug now and type discount approval plus the value of it. Okay, now we can run that one. Okay, if I run that one, now you can see we get all the field last modified date. These are all standard field, and you can see the discount as well. Where is the max discount field, which is 10, right? So currently it is giving details of all the field of the hardware record. But if you want to fetch only the max discount, you can type max discount, which normally we use to fetch field value from any object. Normally we use the dot notation and field name, right? So it will give you the max discount value. Let's save it and again run this method. So you'll see the value now only, value 10, right? So this now you can use this value in order if there is any complex logic below here and you want to fetch the hardware discount in order to calculate something, you can just use this one in order to fetch data from custom setting, right? And the other thing, what is the other method which we need to remember? It is get all. What is it returns? So first one is only returning one specific record, right? If you see, we have only created one record, right? Not the list of record, because this get instance only return one record because it is taking the name of that record. So obviously it will give you only one record. But get all gives you it returns all of the record in custom settings. So in our case we have two records, one for hardware, one for software. So it will give you all the records. So for that we need to define it like map of string and this one. Okay, all records and get all, get all, right? So now you might be wondering why the string is used as key and this as value. So string will store the name of the record. So the first record has name as hardware. So it will store it as hardware and then the all the fields value of it. Then the next one is software, then all the fields of it, right? And we need to define it in this way only because get all method gives you all the records of that custom settings, right? So even if I print it now, get all, it will print a map of record. I'll comment it for now. The first one I'll comment it. I'll run it again. Go to debug. Now you can see on the get all, you'll see first the hardware, which is the string part, which is the key of the map, and then the value of the hardware, all the fields value. Then we have the second key as software, and then all the values of it. Now, however you want to use it in your code, you can use this data in order to fetch anything from custom settings. So in list custom settings, only these two things you need to remember. That's all. Nothing more you need to remember, right? So I just try to make it as simple as possible for you so that you won't get confused at any point in this video. I always try to make it more clear. The next one is hierarchy custom settings. So right now in the list custom settings, we see that we did not specify any user or anything because that data is org wide similar. So discount is constant for every user in the system. But on the hierarchy custom settings, first we'll go to the definition and then go to more details about it with the help of an example. It allows you to create settings at different level of application hierarchy, organization, profile, or user level. It means that if the profile is different, this profile will get different kind of discount. The other user will get different kind of discount. So if we have something like that, like for every profile, there should be a different amount of discounts we want to give. We need to create the hierarchy custom settings. So you'll understand it better when once we go on to the example, but just setting up the context here. Okay, so let's take an example. In an organization, a company uses Salesforce and they have a special discounting offer, right? So for organization default, which means for everyone, normally they will get a discount percentage of 10%, right? And then we have profile specific discount, which means if let's say for partner user, let's say partner user a profile. So if any user belongs to this partner user, they will get 15% discount. They will not get 10% discount, which normally every user has. Since they have a special profile, which would get 15% of discount, right? And then we have user specific. Let's say there is a person John. If John is trying to sell something or buy something, they'll get a special discount which is of 20%. They will not, he will not get 10% discount, not 15%. They will get 20% discount. So this is kind of a hierarchy. Like for every user or profile, we have different discounting uh, amount. So this we need to create the hierarchy custom settings because list custom settings won't do the work for us, right? So the only method to remember will come to it. But first, let's create this thing using the hierarchy custom settings in Salesforce, right? So again, we go back to custom settings. We will create a new custom settings. I'll give it as name as discount approval now. So now in this time, instead of list, we'll select the hierarchy. I'll keep it as visibility public and click on save. Okay, so now we created the custom setting definition, which is like custom object. Now we create the custom field on it, right? So here again, we need to give the number data type because we want the max discount field here. We'll give name as max discount and we'll click on next, click on save. Okay, now we have created it. Now we need to create the field, we need to create the record of this custom settings. So for creating a record, we'll click on manage, we'll click on new, right? So here you can see two new value, right? So this is for org level default. Like for every person, what would be the normal generic discount we want to give? On top of it, we'll give user specific or profile specific discount. So for org wide discount, we we decided that we will give 10% discount for every user, right? So I'll type in 10 here, right? So once you create the org wide default, you can not create another org wide default, right? It should be only one. You cannot see a new button here right now. You can see only edit button now, right? So you can edit it however you want, but for now we'll keep it as 10, right? Now we will create the profile specific and user specific discount, right? So I'll click on new again. And now, so in list custom settings, you see the name field here. But in this case, since it is hierarchy custom setting, you'll see profile or user uh, specific discount we can give. That's why we have these two options. So let's say for the profile, we have a special discount which is 15% for partner user. So let's see if we have any partner user or not. So I don't think we have partner user profile. So let's give it to system admin profile because I have system admin profile, right? If you see here, you can see I have system admin profile. So I'll give to system admin profile as 15%, right? Okay, this is profile specific discount. You can see location as profile. And now we have to create a user specific discount, which is 20% to John, but we don't have John in our system. So I'll give my user as 20%. I selected user and I click search others, my name, and I'll give it as 20% discount and I click on save. Okay, so it is kind of similar to what we saw on the list custom settings, but instead of name field, we have the a location field, which could be either profile or user. And also in addition to that, we have the org wide default kind of discount, right? So you cannot create a system admin profile again with some different value because that does not make sense. You cannot give a profile two different kind of discount, right? So you can either edit it or uh, you can only edit it or you can delete it. You cannot create another one with the same profile. And now the question is how to access this value now into our Apex class. Okay, so the first method is get org default. So here you don't need to pass any parameter to it. It will only fetch the record of the default one. So we have only one default one, right? Which has a discount of 10. So we'll go to developer console. We'll first give the API name of the custom setting, which is discount approval, and we'll give it name as org default. And again, we'll give the API name of custom setting and get org defaults, right? So it will fetch the first record, which has the max discount of 10, right? Let me print it again. Org default. Okay. So if you just give org default, it will fetch all the fields of that record. But if you specifically want discount field, you can write it as dot max discount, just like how we used to do it in custom objects, right? I'll click on save and I'll go to this one and execute it. We'll get the value of 10 because the org default is 10. Now we have the user specific and profile specific discount. Let's see how we can fetch that. So for user and profile, you can only use get instance, which you also have seen in the list custom settings. But there you pass the name of that record. But here you need to pass the user ID and profile ID. So for getting user specific discount, you can use this method. So let's go again to our code. So here, let me name it as user discount, and here we'll give it get instance, and here you need to pass user info dot get user ID, right? So yeah, user info dot. Okay, forget this R. This R should not be here. It should be user info dot get user ID. So this will fetch the current user ID of the user. So currently I am executing it. So my user ID will get populated here, and let's name it as user discount and here it should be user discount. Let me save it and we click on execute. So for user discount for my user, because I am using it, what is the value of the max discount? It should be 20. So 20 would be the result of the system.debug, right? If you see 20 is here, right? Now suppose if some other user is executing this test class, this Apex class, so this user ID would be populated for that user, and whatever the discount for that user is here will get you'll get on the system.debug. So you can see like for different user, the discount value would be different. So this is how this is what the hierarchy custom setting is used. In case of list custom settings, you don't have this kind of advantages because it is same for every user and profile. But on the hierarchy custom setting, this is different. And now you can use this value to do some complex logic over here inside the code, however you want to do it, right? Now the next one is just similar to the user ID, but instead you can have to give the profile ID. So instead of I'll go to the code again. Instead of user ID, we just have to change it to profile ID. Okay, you can, if you want, you can give profile discount here. Okay, so since my profile is system admin, and what is the discount of my profile? It is 15. So the result which I am expecting on the developer console is 15 when I execute the code. If I go to debug, I'll see the discount as 15. Now let's suppose a different user is running this class and they have, let's say, partner user profile, right? So they have partner user profile, and for partner user profile, let's say we created another record for partner user and giving them 23% of discount, right? So the value which we'll get here is 23%. You don't need to change anything in the code because that's how we have written the code. It will automatically fetch profile ID or user ID of that particular user which is running this Apex class, right? So this is what hierarchy custom settings looks like. So you can see you only need to remember these three things. And in custom list settings, sorry, in list custom settings, we've seen that we only need to remember two of the method. One is the get instance and other is get all, right? Now coming on to the advantages and disadvantages of custom settings. The first one is ease of use, easily access data without SQL queries, improve performance. So you have seen like we never used any SQL query in order to fetch data. We used this method in order to fetch data, right? So this is easy to use, right? Also, accessing custom setting does not count towards governor limits in SQL queries. So in SQL queries, you know there is a limit of using 100 SQL queries in one transaction. But if you are fetching data from custom setting, it will not count towards that limit, right? So you can use it any number of times. It won't give you the governor limits exception, right? The other one is personalized data. Hierarchy custom settings store different values based on user context. So that what we have seen in our example, like for profile we have different discount, for user we have different discount. So this is something we can leverage in case of custom settings, right? So this is not applicable in case of custom metadata, which we'll see on the next video, right? So this is one of the advantage. The other advantage is declarative. Can be accessed through declarative features like formulas, validation rules, and flow. So just now we see that we can access data in the Apex class, custom setting data in the Apex class, but you can also fetch this data in the validation rule as well, in the formula fields as well, right? You can fetch this data just like you fetch data from custom objects. You can fetch it on custom settings as well, right? So this is something which I also mentioned it before, like why to use custom settings when we can create a constant class where we can put all the values of discount and all, and we can use it again and again. But the problem of creating that constant apex class is how can you use that constant apex class in formula field? You cannot fetch data from apex class, right? So it would be much more better to use custom settings instead of using custom uh, constant apex class or something like that. And it is also not counting towards governor limit, so it is like plus plus for you. Easy to maintain, like data can be modified on the UI. You don't need a developer in order to do it. What I mean by that is, even let's say in future you want to give system admin to, let's say, some different discount, you can just go ahead and edit it here, right? You can give 17. You don't need to edit anything on the class, because in class we are not hard coding anything. We are getting value from the custom settings only. So a developer is more expensive to any company. It will also help the company in order to cut the cost, right? Because admin developer is more expensive than the admin. Let's see some of the disadvantage of custom settings, like the custom setting data, which is records, are not deployed to other orgs, right? What I mean by that is, just for example, custom object. You create a custom object, you create field, and you have different record of that custom object. So you cannot deploy the records, right? You can only deploy custom object definition and field. But the data you have to either extract it and then import it into next org if you want. So just like that, in custom setting, you can only deploy the definition of custom setting and fields. The record you cannot deploy. So here we have one record for org by default, one for system admin, one for, these are three records of this custom setting, right? This you cannot deploy using change set or some other tools, right? What you have to do, you have to extract the data from here and then using data loader or something, and then you have to import it to the target org. So you need to use the data loader or any other migration tool in order to deploy the records of the custom setting, right? The other one is custom setting count against the total number of custom object limit in Salesforce. So this is one of the another disadvantage. So let's say in your org you can only create 100 custom object, right? So if you create one custom setting, it will count against that 100. Now you can only create 99 custom object. So this is how, if you create many custom objects, it will count against the total number of custom object limit in sales. So for the first disadvantage, that can be overcome if we use the custom metadata, because in there the data can be deployed to other org, which we'll see in the next video. Get the link over here. And yeah, I think that is it for custom setting. I try to make it very simple for you so that it can be easily understandable. If you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting more videos on Salesforce, and it would be very easy to understand, and it would be with real-time scenarios which we do face in company, in businesses. Yeah, I hope to see you in the next video, and till then, bye, take care.